The Exorcism of Emily Rose is a movie that is based on a true story, but the actual truth is more terrifying than the movie itself. This is the true story of Annalise Michelle, who lived in Germany, who was possessed by a demon. Annalise Michelle was born in Western Germany to a very religious Catholic family. They were extremely religious and believed that sins cannot be atoned on our own and would require other people's sacrifice. In 1968, when she was 16 years old, she had her first seizure, and that same night, she had her first paranormal experience. She woke up in the middle of the night, and a few seconds later, she felt as if someone was pressing her against her bed, and she was not able to breathe. The next morning, everything seemed normal, and after that, nothing happened for several months. After almost a year later, she had the same experience again in 1969. When her family saw her, they were shocked and concerned. They immediately took her to a doctor. That doctor was a neurologist. He examined her thoroughly and even ran some tests and took a scan of her brain, but they found nothing wrong. In the next 2 years, when she had some similar episodes, the doctors prescribed her some medications for hallucinations and seizures, but nothing would work. Her condition was getting worse day by day. She started having more seizures and hallucinations. She started hearing knocks on her door in the middle of the nights, but the strange thing was, even her sister claimed that she heard knocks on the door. The hallucinations got so worse that she couldn't look at anyone's face. If she looked long enough, she claimed that the faces used to get demonic. After having these experiences, she started to think that she was possessed by demons. According to her, she was possessed by 6 demons. In 1973, she met different psychiatrists who would prescribe her different drugs, but nothing would work. In 1975, her condition worsened so much that she started eating insects like spider and different flies around the house. She even licked her own urine. She started destroying crucifixes and other holy things in her house. After seeing this, the family then began to look for help outside of medicine, so they turned to the church. Initially, the church rejected their requests and told them to seek medical attention. They didn't get help from anywhere. Finally, the family located a priest who believed that she really was possessed. After deliberation with the bishop, an exorcism was finally approved. The church granted permission for local priest named Arnold Renz to carry out the exorcism. Over the period of the next few months, Father Renz would perform several exorcisms on her. While performing these exorcisms, it was revealed that she was possessed by 6 demons. During some of the exorcisms, the recording of the audio was allowed. Some of the recordings will be played in a few moments, and they are the most disturbing pieces of audio I've ever heard.
Sind wir schon 3?
Was soll er schneiden?
Als Kind Gottes.
Ich hab alles geschlagen.
Ruhe gibt's nur dort, wo die Liebe ist.
Ja, bei uns geht er
Nur Hass.
Ja.
Und wo nur Hass ist, da gibt's keine Ruhe.
Nein. Und für uns gibt's nie Ruhe. Nie.
Weil
Nein. Die müssen in eigenen Seminaren ausgebildet werden, nicht auf die anderen Universitäten. Kapiert?
Klar. Ist da sonst noch etwas zu sagen?
Weil
der Teufel größere Macht.
im Namen deines Sohnes, ich bin Jungfrau, im Namen Jesu. Befehle ich dir aus, im Namen deines Sohnes, ich bin Jungfrau, im Namen Jesu. befehligt dir auszufahren im Namen des dreifaltigen Gottes, im Namen des dreifaltigen Geistes, befehligt dir auszufahren und nicht im Namen des dreifaltigen.
She started stating facts that she couldn't possibly know. Initially, the exorcism seemed to work for her, but that wouldn't last for long. She again started having seizures that were far more worse. She started hurting herself seriously. She started banging her head against the wall. Her family had to tie her up so that she stopped hurting herself. She even refused to eat and started starving. When asked, she told that the demons were not letting her eat. Her face was completely sunk in. In June of that year, she had another exorcism. The next morning when her family entered her room, they found her dead. Till the end, she and her family believed that they needed religious intervention instead of medical attention. Later, her parents were charged with negligent homicide, but they were not jailed, because at the time the jury had ruled that the parents had already suffered enough. The priest that performed the exorcisms was charged with negligent manslaughter and was jailed for 6 months, which was later suspended. To this day, it is debated whether the case of Annalise was of a possession or was it a medical condition. Let me know, what do you think in the comments, possession or medical condition?